And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Bravely Default. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. I have turned off encounters because outside of Florum, there's really, other than the battles right outside of Florum, there's no job points or anything fancy for us to pick up along the way. And I just wanted to double check something. We got Paralyzed Immunity and Dungeon Master. Good. So there's no reason for us to go out of our way to fight extra little battles here and there. At least until we get all the way back to where we were, where our boat is docked, so to speak. None of that has changed. Oop. Roller was not having it. And again, we have the immunity to the ground area, so we just really want to get through here as quickly as possible. Down and around. And we're off. Running. Enter.
Shall I cast off then?
Please.
All right. And so, with that said, I was just checking to see if I could do something to make my job easier, but clearly I cannot. But we now have access to the outside world.
Dark mood for a nice day's sailing.
Agnes, forgive me. For what? What happened to Olivia? I am partly to blame.
You may have fought for the duchy, but you've nothing to do with the one who killed Olivia.
But I do. That monster, the one they call the witch, Victoria. I knew of her.
Just who are you, Adia? Before, when that man attacked, Alternus, you knew him. Better than a simple soldier of the Sky Knights ought.
I hadn't intended to hide who I am, but I should have told you sooner. My father is Grand Marshal of the Eternian Forces, leader of the Council of Six.
What?
If the Council is in charge, and he leads the Council, your father's the head of the whole duchy!
Dun dun dun!
And the order to assassinate the Vestal of Water came from your father?
I don't know. I can't blame you if you blame me for it, though.
You don't... You intend to stand there and feign heartache and innocence both? Perhaps it was you who communicated Olivia's hiding place to the duchy?
That's not... I wouldn't!
Perhaps you were a spy this whole time, deceiving us even now!
Anya, stop! We fought this far together. That means something. Don't doubt it.
Excuse me. I need rest. I ask that you leave me alone a while.
Damn.
We're crossing into open water.
Clearly that did not go over too well. Alright, so like I said, we don't want to... Even though we can explore the whole big wide world, unlike in other games, there's not much of a strong reason to do it here because just you'll be outclassed everywhere you go. if you don't somewhat stick to the storyline, and then you do things in respect to
Over
when you
here,
complete
everyone.
certain
Feast your eyes
areas.
upon this.
Unless you want to grind for 6 hours just to
What's the matter?
accomplish something you could have done in less time
Oh my.
by just progressing through the story. Just tack on extra hours to your game you don't need to. And thus we enter Chapter 3, Beloved Bonds.
What on earth is that?
A ship, perhaps? But it's too big.
And it's not moving.
I'll wager the women there frolic around in bathing suits all day long.
Yeah, of
Your
course you would ring
dreams
a bell.
What are we waiting for? Let's lodge there tonight.
Unacceptable. We've no time for distractions. We must awaken the fire crystal.
I am the one at the helm here, no? I'll make the call. Thank you very much.
This thing is enormous. How many echelons do you think would fit in there? Is it a ship? An island? Have we chanced upon the forbidden sanctuary of the Bikini Tribe? Here's hoping they're cannibals with a taste of philanderer. From its looks, it has to be a ship. Some luxury cruise liner, maybe. A luxury crew who? What are you talking about, Adia? It's like a super-duper huge boat with every extravagance imaginable. Every cabin, a king's bedchamber, every meal, a 5-star feast, you name it, they have it aboard. Whoa, such a thing really exists? And here I've never seen anything bigger than a crabbing ship. Just please, you're getting bumpkin all over my feral bikini woman fantasy. For the love of all that's holy. And this is the grand ship, the Sinking State.
Wow! This ship has a whole town on board. Or should I say this town looks like a ship? I'm confused.
I can feel us rocking. It's floating all right.
Where are all the scantily clad girls? Oh, what a letdown.
Got a bunch of burly men, though. I like going swimming with bow-legged women and diving between their knees. Yar!
Well, here's some faces I haven't seen before. New to the ship? Then the seas must have cleared up everywhere and not just here. Excellent news. Say, have any of you seen a lad by the name of Zats? He's hurt and supposed to be staying off his feet, but he wandered off. If you see him, can you bring him back to the tavern? He's a scrawny, fidgety little fella, so you can't miss him. Thanks in advance.
Even though we didn't offer to do jack squat, but you know how these games are. They're supposed to be good old people. Grab that Antarctic wind. And I want to say, let me think here. Nice.
At this rate, the shield bearers will lose the war. We need your help. Anything will do. Resources, manpower. Please aid us. I've traveled far to make this plea.
Denied. Alright, so we've got some stores and whatnot. So let's check them out. Strangely enough, not a lot here. But what we are gonna do... Yeah, nothing. Buy 2 of those. I have my reasons. The Viking coats. So strangely enough, they offer pretty good defense, but they lower magical attack, as you can see, by about 3 points. But man, that defense bonus is pretty good. That's a tough one. I think we'll wait on that for the moment. Until I'm very, very sure. Because we have gear on the adventure that might be of some value. I don't think, yeah, there's no new magic to buy. So really it comes down to the item shop. And even then, I'm kind of speculative on that. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's the same crap they've always had. Which we don't need anything particular right now. We haven't checked the adventure shop in a while, or at least I haven't shown it to you guys in a while, so I am going to do that. Gerta Blue Blue. Buy items. Again, I don't think there's anything we necessarily have to have at this exact moment. For items, let's look at gear, because we probably could buy some stuff, but not everything. As you can see, this is what I was talking about. The Knight Emperor is, 10 grand. The Matsunakami is 62,000. So we're getting to a point. Even the grinder axe, we can afford it, but why would we buy it? Why would we want to buy it? The Heike helm, though a great helmet, clearly, as you guys can see, but 40,000 price tag is a pretty steep price tag. The Heike armor, a whopping 10 grand. And again, more and more gear that is priced pretty steep. So we're ahead of the game on a lot of this stuff. Hence why I'm not going out of my way necessarily to buy it right now. Because, number one, we don't have a class that really benefits from axes that much. So the Lubu Spear is probably one of the arguably better weapons that are available to us. Next to maybe some bow and arrows that we found.
You wouldn't happen to be Zatz, would you?
Yeah. Who's asking?
The tavern proprietress wanted us to find you. Let's go.
All right then, I'm coming. What a mess.
Okay. Sweet. So yeah, there's really not much, if anything, to buy here. So we're not going to spend too much time, dealing with that. It's a little disappointing, I know, but yeah. What are you going to do? Get to this whole new area and there's not really much to buy. Yeah, a bit of a letdown. Really, it's more for that if you couldn't afford something earlier, you don't have to backtrack through the game to deal with it now. Before we talk to them, though, yeah, back you swine. Hey, when you get hung up on stuff. And there's our flame resistance.
What were you thinking roaming around in that state?
Like I said, it's not that bad. Just a little bruise on the ribs, that's all.
What were you asking the council for back there?
Aid. We need their support. I'm from the city of Eisenberg, far to the west of here.
Eisenberg. That's where the fire crystal is.
That's right. There was an uprising, and now we're in the middle of a civil war. The shield bearers are losing ground, and unless we can do something, we'll be defeated.
So, these shield bearers are the faction you're aligned with?
That's right. The shield bearers have served as the protectors of Eisenberg for centuries. But a few years ago, a group called the Sword Bearers rebelled. We've been at war ever since. They are but few in number, truth be told.
What? Why are the shield bearers losing to a smaller force?
The Sword Bearers we can handle, but they have powerful foreign mercenaries on their side.
Foreign mercenaries. They wouldn't happen to call themselves the Black Blades, would they?
Yeah, that's them. Wait, are you with those mercenaries as well?
No, don't worry. We mean you no harm.
Idea, are these Black Blade mercenaries linked to the Eternian
Thunk.
forces?
Yes. The Black Blades is the moniker of the 1st Division of the Eternian Forces. My master's unit.
Zack, can you tell us what happened to the Fire Vestal? We heard she had perished.
Yeah, the Sword Bearers got hold of her around 3 years ago.
She was killed?
Assassinated. When the bloody conflict reached an impasse, the Sword Bearers raided the Temple of Fire.
Sacrilege! What of the Vestaling, the Fire Vestal's successor?
There was one, but she met the same fate.
How awful.
It falls to me then. We must hurry to the temple.
You're going to the Temple of Fire? You won't get anywhere near it now, I'm afraid. A few weeks ago, Mount Karka erupted, and the whole temple is a sea of lava now.
Nevertheless, we must find a way. Let us hurry to Eisenberg.
I don't suppose you could take me with you. My friends are waiting for my return.
Have you given up on finding support here?
The war will be over before too long. I can't afford to wait any longer.
Are you okay with us taking him aboard, Agnes?
Very well.
Thanks! I owe you one!
Oakley dokily. Sounds like a plan. As you say, it can't be done yet. 17 minutes on that. Before we start unlocking the uber weapons of yore, as I call them. But we're going to have to start investing soon enough into the special abilities. And get those up in level.
Eisenberg is far to the west of here. You'll see a little harbor when we hit land. We can go ashore there. The lads should be waiting for me in the area. Don't even think about landing on the north.
Voice actor's not piratey
Sword
enough
Bearers
for me.
won't sway up there, so it's dicey.
Just saying. He needs a little more R in his voice. A little more Barbosa. A little more yar. Alright, anywho, jokes aside. Let's make our way west, and they kind of give us an idea of where we need to go. Nothing too crazy.
Great! We made it! Leave the rest to me.
What's the plan?
The dock at the cottage
Cause
we're
he's a
heading to
rat
is too small to moor
man.
this ship.
Squeak, 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 squeak,
My
squeak,
mates will
squeak,
ferry
squeak,
us
squeak,
over in
squeak,
a
squeak.
smaller boat. It'll take a couple of trips.
Got it.
Okay. Nope, more scene. Who lives in a house by the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. He took a big dookie and birds what he pees. SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's, you had us worried. Good to see you still in one piece.
Likewise, Dads. Looks like we're all here. Don't worry about the ship. This harbor is nice and sheltered, so it'll be fine. The peninsula hides it from any prying eyes on the open sea, too. How are you healing up, Dads?
I'm fine. Just a little sore back now. This body's tough as nails, as you can see. I'm lucky to still be breathing after facing the blade of that sword master, though.
Swordmaster?
What is it?
Oh, Nothing.
Thanks for bringing Sats back to us. We appreciate it.
Not at all. We'd have never made it ashore without Zats to navigate.
Hey, after seeing you in action, I have a favor to ask. Would you meet with our leader?
What's this about, Sats?
Listen, Dads. These guys are top-notch fighters. They were knocking the blocks off monsters like it was nothing.
How did they know that we did
Couldn't
that?
get Grand Ship on our side. But with these guys to back us up, please, you've got to help the Shield Bearers. I'll never ask another thing of you.
You want us to help you win the war?
The Sword Bearers betrayed us, and they have the Fire Vestal's blood on their hands. Don't think they'll stop when they conquer Eisenberg. They plan to plunder other regions next. We can't let them run rampant. They must be stopped, and for that we need you.
Unacceptable.
Agnes?
We cannot afford to get caught up in a conflict now. We must awaken the crystal at the Temple of Fire. That is my task as a Vestal of the Crystals. We have no time to wage war.
You're a Vestal? You?
Agnes is the Wind Vestal. She's trying to save the world, so don't get in her way.
Ah, what's that scrawny little thing?
A Christ
Hey,
Fairy,
with
they say.
wings.
Gave me a start the first time I saw it as well.
You don't say. I never imagined a Vestal would be so young, or that she'd keep company with such an odd creature.
Hey, watch who you're calling odd.
Fine, weird.
I might forgive you if you tell us how to get to the Temple of Fire.
The Temple of Fire? All the roads there were blocked by lava.
Our commander might know something. The Shield Bearers have been trying to find a way through for a while.
Well, whether we join forces with the Shield Bearers or not, let's at least talk with their commander, Agnes.
All ready to go now? What's that? You have a question? Me and Zats have been inseparable since we were tykes. We grew up in a village near here. In Eisenberg, everyone gets conscripted when they turn 18, men and women. The Civil War started just after we were called to muster. You want to know why we were picked to go to Grand Ship? I'm not really sure, but it's probably because we know this area so well. And it's not like the Shield Bearers have many options these days. There wasn't anyone better, I guess. This pirate getup is just so we could slip into Grand Ship without the Sword Bearers cottoning on. Well, that, and the fact that my uniform doesn't fit.
He thinks he's funny. He's got jokes, y'all.
All ready to go now? Got it.
That Strongberry is kind of an adorable name, Strawberry. Hee. Something funny about my name? What? I assume you... I amuse you, girly, huh? Oh, no, it's a lovely name. Very unusual, ha ha ha. I'm sorry, I meant no offense. Bah ha ha, just kidding. Did I lay it on a little thick? I haven't got mad at people making fun of my name since I signed up, eh, Zats? Not since you flattened 2 squads worth of jokers and got tossed in the brig. Yeesh. Haha. All 4 of us wound up there on the day we enlisted. Guess time mellows out even the rowdiest of us, huh? All 4 of you? Yeah, it's been the 4 of us together for better or worse, ever since that first brawl. Been a while since I've seen Steiner and Newer. You figure they're alright? Sure. They're with the commander. Why don't we show the Vestal around and drop by?
Something you want to ask?
This is all just like a little bit of extra
Okay.
background. Whether you care to know any of the details or not is completely on you. It goes into stuff that was kind of already explained. They just add a little bit of extra detail. I've never found it to be that
Let's get
ultimately that
going,
interesting.
then. The shield bearers are based in the west, but we have to take the long way around.
We'll need to go south a bit first. Once we're through, head back northward.
Keep your eyes peeled as well. We could be set upon at any time.
Alright. Hey, Dats, what's that smoke rising over the coast? Oh, that's steam from a natural hot spring. A vein of magma empties into the sea there, heating the water. Oh, a real hot spring. They say the waters work wonders on cuts and scrapes, even burns. And see that cape out there? That one's a mixed bath. Everybody in one big tub. Huh? Ring a bell, where are you? He's nearly out of sight. Heck of a pair of legs on that guy. Is it alright to let him go? We'll be hearing screams from the cape in no time. Nah, it's fine. Nothing to worry about. Around this time, that's right. The mix ought to be mostly Valtoris in the baths now. Bahaha. So now he's sprinting back this way. He's shouting something. It's like, I'll get you, Dats. Ha ha ha. And he's crying? What a bitch. Okay. Well, that's interesting, to say the least. Okay, let's keep moving. We have encounters back on, don't we? Might have to check that out.
Hold it!
I sense danger. Watch out!
Nice footwork. You must have been training since we last met, my unworthy disciple.
Master.
Master?
So you are the sword master leading the mercenaries then? The head of the Black Blades, my old master. I wish it weren't so. I wanted to believe you were not capable of such a thing. Tell me, Master, what business have you aiding the sword bearers in their rebellion? Was it your intention to plunge this peaceful country into war?
I ask you back. Do you understand the gravity of what you have done? I hear you have taken up with a Vestal, and now you have released 2 crystals to run out of control. Foolish. You always did have a habit of running with your emotions, not seeing the big picture. You've not changed a bit.
What big picture? You cannot be so deluded as to think starting wars can be justified.
You are still a child if you are only able to see war as right or wrong. You are yet naive. I cannot allow a foundling such as yourself to meddle in the fate of the crystals. Though you are my disciple, and the beloved daughter of a dear friend, I will cut you down with my own blade if you continue this folly, and expose the world to danger.
That's an empty threat, because I'll kick your butt, bro.
Commander Kame-Izumi, the sword-bearer forces have started withdrawing.
What? Can they not understand such basic tactics? We have the Vestal within our grasp, but we cannot let our allies be run down like dogs.
Call off the attack on the shield-bearer headquarters. We must withdraw swiftly and go to the aid of the sword-bearers. Yes, sir.
Wait! Master!
Idia, are you ready to face the consequences of your decision? If you still insist on defying me the next we meet, I shall slay you where you stand.
Dun dun dun.
Regardless of how you and I may will it. These are the grave circumstances we find ourselves in. Disciple of the Blade, no more of your insubordination will be tolerated. Understood?
You're no fun.
Master.
A lot of story, guys, I know. It's like we've not even fought a battle, I think,
Is
this
that
entire,
everyone?
this entire round. Or this entire episode, rather.
Commander, the ship thought to be harboring the Wind Vestal has been sighted in the waters near Grand Ship.
The Wind Vestal has already arrived in these lands. I spoke with her myself a while ago, Barbarossa.
Oh? Please tell me you have not captured her yet. I would hate to miss out on that honor.
No, we did not get the chance. Some of our forces were retreating, so we opted to aid our allies as they withdrew.
Did you not think capturing the vessel should take precedence, Sword Master? This will not do. If we leave the Wind Vestal to her devices, we shall only repeat our failures in Count Isla and Anshine.
The Wind Vestal is here for the crystal. She is no threat while the way to the temple is closed. Given the state of the war, preventing losses is crucial. The Vestal can wait.
And how does your task progress, Kada? I hear the cleansing of the East City is not yet even half complete.
I'm doing all that I can. Things are going as well as can be expected.
It was going well until the cheeseburger supply ran out.
Moving on. What is the situation at the Eisen Bridge, Praline?
Oh, me? Nothing's really changed there, I guess. I'm sure all the soldiers there are doing their best to make me happy, though. Those shield bearers just don't know when to quit. They won't let us cross the bridge. I put on a smile and sang my best, but nothing. They're a bunch of sourpusses. Oh well, if they can't appreciate my golden voice, it's their loss. Those poor, miserable shield bearers.
If you can keep the main contingent of the shield bearers pinned down, all shall go as planned.
Got it! I won't let you down! Praline a la mode never disappoints.
More importantly, have we found a way into the Temple of Fire?
He's talking to you, Konoe.
Speak up for a change, Konoe. Your moping is starting to get me down.
It is your killing of the fire vestal that blocked off the way to the temple, after all. I cannot fathom how one so imprudent came to lead a covert force.
I won't be called imprudent by a floundering fool like you. A report on my findings has already been submitted in writing. The way into the Temple of Fire via the southern route by way of the town of Hearthchild has also been blocked by lava, and it's not possible to get through. Via above-ground routes, we are looking into the possibility of the existence of secret passages used by temple worshippers. That is all.
Well, that exists.
Still can't talk unless disguised, hmm? That must keep you busy.
We should follow up on Konoe's report. Was there any way into the temple by sea?
We looked at a number of landing points, but it doesn't look possible. The coastline there is sheer palisades. All the low ground where a landing might have been possible was covered by lava. Not even I could bring a ship in safely there.
If we just sit idly by, the Wind Vestal will get there before us.
We must avoid that at all costs. Our objective at this time is to focus on finding a way into the temple. I wish all of you good luck in your endeavors. That will be all. You can return to your duties.
lot of story, a lot of development. Oh my goodness. That Kami Izumi, we lost an entire squad to the Swordmaster alone. Thinking back on it, we probably only survived because he let us. He seems all calm and peaceful, but as soon as he draws that sword, he's a hurricane. Just talking about it has all the wounds he gave me throbbing. And that same Swordmaster and commander of the mercenary Blackblades is our ID as a teacher. I'm sorry, I guess that's another secret I kept from you, but I didn't want to believe the stories. If it is too painful for you, you are free to walk away, you know. No one is forcing you to join us in this journey. What? Agnes, you don't have to say it like that. I fear I haven't the time to hesitate or the leisure to doubt. We must press forward. Agnes, take a chill pill, okay? Just in with the good air, out with the bad. Okay, yeah, the encounter rate is on. And hey, at least we get one battle, right? Really quick, let's go to, strangely enough, the fire rod. Get the stabbing. Start using it a little stronger than fire. And at 45 job points for Battle of 3, we can probably afford to start doing that. Soul Crush beats Burning Rush, for anybody who actually remembers that reference. No, I don't think I've done a Let's Play of that game. I know I've streamed it, though. No, that is not a hint to what I'm doing next. As many of you might think. Actually curious about Soul Crush. Don't remember as much about it. Reduce one enemy's MP by 10% of the damage dealt by conventional attack. Okay, so it has its uses, but ultimately, not a big deal. Alright. It took so long, we finally unlocked the golden egg. And then a growth egg. Let's unlock that, because that sounds good too. Because I have a feeling a golden egg is going to give us gold at the end of a battle, and the growth egg is going to give us XP or JP. All good things, as far as I'm concerned.
Greetings, brother. Can you let us past?
Corporal Dax, I'm afraid this area has been put under lockdown.
I see. Well, we'll just have to take another route then.
Welcome, Wind Vestal. I see you have companions, too. Well met. I am Daniel Goodman, commander of the Shield Bearers.
Such a bland-ass name.
Zats has already filled me in.
Hello,
Seems we
Daniel.
have you to thank for getting Zats back to us.
Danny
Much
boy, the
appreciated.
pipes are calling.
The
Alright,
thanks
I'll
are
stop,
mutual. They helped us out as well.
You did well to repel the Swordmaster for one of your age. I am suitably impressed. With you on our side, we may well turn the tide. It would certainly rally the troops.
We did not fight him off. Our opponent withdrew, and we have not come here to join your war. A Vestal such as I cannot take part in such conflict. Please do not misunderstand.
Oh, I see.
You could have been a bit less blunt on this.
But I...
Well then, to what do we owe the honor of your presence?
My task here is to awaken the fire crystal. Once that is done, I intend to leave this realm immediately.
Oh, so you have come to quell the seething magma in place of the late Fire Vestal.
Exactly. That is why we need your help. Do you know of a way into the temple?
We are doing all we can to find one, but we have not found a way through the lava yet.
I see.
I am sorry we could not be of more help. We will, of course, do all we can to aid you. A way in shall be found.
You would do that? Even though we cannot fight in your war?
Of course. The shield bearers welcome the Vestal and her companions. Feel free to rest your travel-weary bones in town. Dats, show them the way.
Forgive us for not being able to lend a hand.
Not at all. Leave the fighting to us soldiers. It is our job, after all.
Symbols of the shield bearers. Commander Goodman really lives up to his name, huh? Down to earth and understanding. Right, everybody here loves him. Soldiers and townsfolk alike respect him too. He's the reason the shield bearers have held together this long. He's the glue. And he practices what he preaches. He's a paragon of self-defense. We never fight to take anything from anybody else, ever. So it says, mind if I ask what's got the Vestal and the Adia all in a bunch? Yeah, it's kind of... Girls are complicated things, and it's a foolish man who asks too many questions. Yeah, that certainly sounds complicated. It's a thing, I guess you could argue that for sure. Let's make a save. So we're just kind of standing here. Run, 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 run. To the tiny town of Hearthchild, town of the shield bearers.
Welcome to Hearthchild, bastion of the shield bearers.
As he said.
Make yourselves at home.
Whoa, the heat is incredible. Is this town in danger of being swallowed by the lava too?
If it gets any worse, we may have to think about evacuating. Ever since the Fire Vestal passed into the light, Mount Karka has been raging without cease.
The women of this town must be made of strong stuff to put up with this. I could see myself falling for a strong woman. You might even say I favor them. This is the place I have been seeking.
Here we go again.
You're a funny fellow, Ring-a-Bell. I'm going on ahead to the commander's residence. Once you've seen the town, you should come and join us. It's that building you can see in the middle of town. Catch you later, then.
Okie dokie. This town is awash with sadness. I never truly knew the depths of the war's tragedy. It creates nothing, brings happiness to no man. Why do we persist in this madness? Because both sides have beliefs they can't let go, I suppose. Something so precious that it warrants the death of countless innocent people. The world is faced with a crisis dire as it has ever seen, and this is what we are doing. Humans fight to secure peace as they envision it. The trouble is everyone's vision is different. That's actually a very true statement. Fear cannot understand it. There's no point in trying. However lofty the ideals of sword and shield, the fact remains that they are engaged in murder. Wherever people gather, emotions run high, and justice and truth are subjective. Where the majority has reached consensus, it is difficult for any one person to resist. Bleh. Even so, I do not want to be the sort of person who just accepts all of that as given. Me neither. At the very least, I swear I will take no woman for granted. I'll give it all my all, always. And there's the sad, strange ring a bell that we know and love again. Ah, of course. Now, this town's got a lot of gear, not gonna lie. So it's something to think about. Ooh. You know what, before we do anything, we've used some MP, we may as well stay at the inn. Just to put our maximums all the way full. We don't have to worry about it later. Not that it's really a big deal. And I do want to use this episode to kind of get us to a good stopping point. But with a town like this, there's going to be all kinds of things for us to do. First things first, there's clearly some new magic to buy. Reflect, Dispel, Aurora, Gravity, Veil, and Sloga. Definitely stocking up on that magic. Now, with Anya's in tow, I want to say these are level 4 spells. Now, I don't believe she has access to these level 4 spells. She does not. Meaning our levels are too low. And you all know what that pretty much means. Another grinding session. Because what's the point of these investments in these weapons and gear if we don't have the means to in a sense use them? So yeah, it becomes an issue when we get into that regard. Let's buy 2 of these holy miters. They're definitely better than the gear that Ring a Bell and Agnes are wearing now. At the threat of lowering attack, this only raises it by 2, so we're going to bypass that. The Orichalcum Mail is a definite goodbye. Goodbye, not goodbye. And then we'll buy 2 white robes, as those are really good too from the look of it. For the magic defense, and the defense specifically. And in here, that raises mind. That might have some uses. We don't have any earth resistance. We'll grab 2 of those, and we're pretty much out of money, but we are going to grab 1 light charm, so we can say we have it. And theoretically, we could grab... Well, we should save up enough money to grab every single one of these charms in a set of 4. Would be optimal, but definitely not practical. Now, we'll want one of these swords. The halberd's a hard pass. And the main gouge is kind of iffy because our bows probably will outdo the damage there. With that said, let's equip our new gear. And then we have the Holy Mitre. White robe. Definitely some nice upgrades here for some of our characters. We'll do a bigger sell-off here. As the lambent hat is pretty... Was it the lambent hat? And the black cowl. Can pretty much go. No, black cowl we just got. The Yggdrasil armor. floral robes, which we bought from the merchant, are finally pretty out of date. And then we get into this. We can buy defenders, so the scimitar is pretty much dead. Rods of fire. Just sell 2. We don't need 4. The daggers are kind of starting to get out of date too. We'll sell the mithrils, but we'll keep the specialty ones there. This is 49 versus 54 versus 56. 49, 54. I'll still keep it. Okay. And that's going to be our purchasing power. What we're going to use our purchasing power for. Kind of for the moment. Let's move things along here, shall we?
Ah, you've arrived. We've been waiting for you. Allow me to introduce you. This is the commander's wife, Eleanor.
Welcome to our humble abode, Windvestal. We are honored to receive you and your companions.
Such beauty! Commander Goodman is a very lucky man. Very lucky indeed.
You are kind to flatter me so. Thank you.
It is no mere flattery. I speak from the heart.
Shut your trap, Ring-a-Bell.
My husband has told me to receive you and your companions as guests of state, Vestal. Please make yourselves at home. Unfortunately, in a time of war, the hospitality I can provide is limited.
Oh, there's no need to go to any trouble for us.
I'll prepare some dinner now. It should be ready in a little while.
She seems nice.
The commander is so busy with the war effort, he rarely has time to come home to his lovely wife. I sure hope this war is over soon.
What if you surrendered? That would put an end to the fighting, at least.
Surrender is not an option. Please consider your words before you speak, Vestal. Even if we did surrender, and this war ended with the Swordbearers victorious, they would only seek to invade other realms to gain more territory. In other words, others would face the terrors of war next. That is why we must fight.
You are right.
Thank you all for your patience. Dinner is served. The dining hall is this way.
Ring a bell? Where are you off to? Off he goes.
No doubt he spotted another pretty girl. He'll be back before too long.
Allegedly.
This is most regrettable. Most regrettable indeed. The Wind Vestal was as good as ours.
Are you well enough to be here, Victoria?
I am stronger than I appear. Much stronger than you, in fact. Is that not right, Victor?
Just so, Victoria. Alternus pales in comparison to you. Of this, there is no doubt.
See? You have no place being concerned for my well-being, Alternus.
Moving on. We have word from the Black Blades regarding the whereabouts of the Wind Vestal, Lord Marshal. The Wind Vestal has traveled to Eisenberg. She is likely seeking out the Fire Crystal.
So, she aims to awaken all the crystals.
We should have had the Fire Crystal in our possession already. However, the Black Blades slaughtered the Fire Vessel, and since then appear to have done nothing but twiddle their thumbs.
If we captured the Temple of Fire without first crushing the shield bearers, the battle would shift to the temple. The crystal could be destroyed in the process. That is no doubt what Kami Izumi aims to avoid. Our goal is to wield ultimate control over the crystals. Therefore, the shield bearers must first be purged.
I hear that you and the Swordmaster are old friends, your lordship. This must be why you place such faith in him.
Oh, that is the first I've heard of this.
I trust him more than any other man. And the black blades that he commands are the elite of the elite. The Vestal will never defeat them. They will see their mission through to the end.
Are you sure you do not overestimate them? I could raise that whole realm to the ground in 3 days.
Do not get carried away, Victoria. You've already faced defeat at the hands of the Wind Vestal once.
How dare you! I'll not stand to be insulted by the likes of you, Alternus.
I merely speak fact. Unlike you, the Swordmaster can do more than simply destroy.
Did you hear that, Victor? What a loathsome man.
Just so. Please, refrain from using such language against Victoria, Alternus.
What?
If you do not, you risk coming to harm.
Seems like they can't agree with each other.
See?
Bunch of psychos.
You cast your magic on me?
Are you all right, Alternus? I am afraid it seems my warning came a bit too late.
Relax. I can do more than simply destroy. See? You'll survive. But know this. My spells can scatter your body to the 4 winds at a moment's notice.
Just you try it. Care to see which is faster? Your magic, or the time it takes me to skewer you on my sword?
Alternus! Surely you would not turn your blade on Victoria? If you did, I would be forced to act. And there is no surer way of finding death than that!
Cease this, the both of you! This is the Council of 6. We meet for earnest deliberation. I will not tolerate further victory.
Sir.
Understood.
We will leave the matter of the Wind Vestal to Commander Kami Izumi. If anyone objects, speak now. Nobody? Then it is settled. We are done for today. Alternus, get your wounds tended to.
Oh, ow, 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 ow. Where were you off to at this hour, ring a bell?
I saw the most exquisite girl and followed her out of town. She was a fine specimen indeed.
You're incorrigible, ring a bell. So, what's all the moaning about? Did you hurt yourself?
Yes, I was on the receiving end of a rather sharp whack. It seems my advances were unwanted.
The plot thickens.
Makes sense.
Maybe kind of, sort of.
Morning!
When did you get back, Ringabel?
Before dawn. Ow, ow!
This is hardly the time to go wandering off, you know.
Well, what's our next move? We're at a loose end until we find a way into the Temple of Fire.
I'll try to find my own way in. Right! I think it's best if we split up to cover more ground. Time is of the essence after all.
We shield bearers haven't just been loafing around here. We've already tried everything we can think of. We looked into landing from the sea, and we even tried cooling the lava. None of our attempts were successful. If we had an airship, we could sail in no problem, of course.
Perhaps we could go and awaken the Earth Crystal first. I don't think we'd make it into Eternia, where the Earth Crystal lies. It's surrounded by craggy peaks, so there's no way in on foot. When I was sent to Caldisla, I boarded a high-powered airship owned by the Duchy. Even if we repaired the Echelot, I don't think it could make the trip.
We're stuck, then.
Are you telling the whole truth, Adia? You're not hiding anything from us again?
No need to be rude, Agnes. Instead of just standing around, why don't we lend a hand to the shield bearers?
You mean that? We could certainly use the help, but are you sure?
No, we are not. So you want to go to war now, Tiz?
No. I want to help them end this war as soon as possible.
It sounds like more meddling in the business of strangers to me.
And why not? We have no other way forward. And yet, before us stand a multitude who need our help. We cannot turn a blind eye to them.
I agree with Tiz. Sign me up.
Really? It would mean going up against your master, leader of the Black Blade mercenaries.
Yeah, you had it coming.
It is clear from what I have heard that the shield bearers are the white, and the sword bearers are the black in this case.
Black and white? What do you mean?
It is just how I see things. Black and white, good and evil.
Oh, so you see us as the good guys. Can't argue with that.
I'm with you too, Tiz. These damsels in distress must be rescued from the ravages of war.
Trust you to make it about that. Tiz.
I hope you'll join us too, Agnes. I promise we won't get too mixed up in this conflict. We're more likely to find a lead by traveling around than simply waiting here, anyway. Come with us.
Great. Let's go talk to the commander then.
Yikes, a lot of dialogue, huh? And we get a Tengu-yon. All that. 24 minutes for that to work its magic. Some party chats here. So what did you think of Eleanor's cooking? Pretty good, right? Absolutely, the sausage was tender and juicy. The potatoes au gratin were like gooey dream. It was all delicious. It sounds like she rolled out all the classics. There are wartime staples. You eat them a lot? As you can see, this isn't the most fertile patch of land. Potatoes are all that'll grow. And meat shortages mean we're always padding out the sausage with something. All the more impressive then for such a feast to come from meager supplies. No doubt it was her love for me that gave her such flavor. That gave it such flavor. Gave her such flavor. Oh my. Yeah, I'll bet. I'm sure poor Eleanor's got plenty of love stocked up by now with her husband away. But the commander stuck out in the front lines. He barely gets home these days. I just feel awful for her, stuck in that big house all alone. Well, I hope we can pitch in and help her out somehow. Agnes is like, wait, you stop helping other people, please. Keeping up with Rigabel. Do you care to guess who I was just with? Curious? It's quite the surprise. Fine, tell me about this woman you met. I'll put up with you for a while. So, last night I chanced across a most unusual lady. She was crawling along the walls and ceilings. What kind of girl was this? I couldn't say. An acrobat or some such, I expect. An acrobat, I suppose she could have been practicing. Or perhaps she was on patrol. Noble girl, keeping her home safe. You make her sound like a guard dog gecko thing. And wait, why were you in her house? Owl. Just remembering the feel of her elbow strikes me all aflutter. Oh, if I can't keep up. Okay, before we end the episode here, we just want to move things a little further along. Hence why I said probably going to end up being a slightly longer episode. We get the Gale hairpin. Yay. And then what we can find over here. I'm in the wrong spot. Over here. Yes. There we go. It's just to speak. Okay, I was like, is there something else here? Let's move. Make a save really quickly, and I'm actually going to turn encounters off just to kind of expedite this along. We're going to make a save just in case my memory is that horribly bad. We're going to head down and out of town. If I'm wrong, I'll just reload. But I'm pretty sure in order to unlock a quote-unquote sub-quest, we need to actually, I believe, make this scene happen. Which is kind of why.
You will truly aid us. My eternal thanks. This should raise the troops' spirits.
No problem, Danny boy.
Until a way into the Temple of Fire is found.
I understand. Thank you for giving thought to our plight, Wind Vestal.
I'll head back to the old house to check on Zats.
Roger, Dats. Take good care of the lad. I hope you both recover from your wounds soon.
It'd be nice if you had time to go home to your wife sometime, Commander. Be seeing you, Tiz.
Is there something we can help you with, Commander Goodman?
The Sword Bearers have a stronghold called Grap Keep. Could you go and scout it out?
What do you expect us to find there?
4 years ago, a terrifying weapon known as Toxic Mist was unleashed in the East City near the Keep. 100,000 shield bears garrisoned there perished in this fiendish smoke, and the East City became a mass grave. We still have not identified the nature of this toxic mist. If we can pin down what it is made from, we may be able to neutralize it and create a cure.
Grap Keep. Got it. We'll be on our way then.
Grap Keep is to the northeast of here. I'll notify the guards to let you through.
That's not going to be where we're headed. We're going to be sticking around near the town we were just at to pretty much grind some job points because, as you can see, the average is about 40, or we're hoping for that anyway. We want to build these jobs up to 7 and then kind of start building the primary jobs up so we can use the magic that's now available to us and magic that will soon be available to us. Hence why I'm a little hesitant to just run off and do that. Again, it's Bravely Default. The series is notorious for its grinding. Very old school JRPG stuff, but that's the kind of the way it goes. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/extra studios for more live gaming action, because when we come back, we have that side quest to tackle to unlock a new job, which will be fun, because we can work on that job either in between the main storyline or whatnot, or as we unlock more jobs, we'll do it then. But we got to work on some jobs. We got to work on a handful of other little things coming up. So it's just good to keep our characters kind of ahead of the game with their job classes. And I'll put them up as high as I can within reason, of course. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.